Good evening, everyone. Today, in this lecture series, we are going to discuss the yarn in the big data analytics concept. We can see the what is yarn, how the yarn present in the Hadoop ecosystem, and other kind of process. How the yarn helping the big data analytics. So yarn is nothing but set another resource negotiator. That is we called as yarn. We can in the screen we can able to see Hadoop version 1 and version 2, how the map reduce and HDFS things present in the Hadoop and Hadoop version 2. HDFS map reduce, we can have the data processing and resource management here. So in the map reduce and the yarn present in the version 2 only. So compared to the version 1 and version 2, we can have the yarn plays a major role here. So we can look at in the screen here. So Hadoop version 1 and version 2, map reduce is used for data processing and resource management. Generally the map reduce concept, we can have the processing the data and managing the resource. That is a major thing, a major role played by the map reduce. In the Hadoop HDFS file system, we can only able to see the distributed file storage. In the yarn place in the Hadoop version 2, in the advanced version of Hadoop, we call this version 2 here. So that is managing the resource for kind of process. We can have the included yarn in the Hadoop version 1 version 2. We can add a yarn here. So the look at screen, the screen we yarn is present in the HDFS above, and MapReduce and other data processing frameworks can be present in the but upper layer of the yarn. So it help to make the resource management very easily. Then we could be able to see what are the yarn Hadoop yarn system present. Generally the batch interactive and real-time data access can be present. Yarn is a data operating system. It is a kind of cluster resource management to manage different kind of resources formed in the cluster. For example, some data is stored in the structured form. Different variety of data can be collected and stored in the different clusters. So we can use the data operating system as a yarn act as a data for these kind of different data can be operated in the easily with the help of this yarn, help of Hadoop yarn. While presenting the Hadoop ecosystem, we can include the yarn concept here. Yarn is the two important concept used to this kind of various process here. So that is a major role. We can in the above screen we can able to script the pig, SQL, Java, NoSQL, stream in memory, stretch, etc. Then we can have the pig hive cascading HBase, Storm and Spark and etc. So batch MR and other things interactive, online HBase, streaming GStorm, in memory Spark and others graph and search. So this is a Hadoop ecosystem. We can see in the screen how the different batch interactive and real-time access data access can be carried out here. So batch MR interactive DES, online based streaming GStorm, in memory Spark and other kind of graph and search. Then look at the next need. What are the need of yarn is a single job tracker, and it is a kind of bottleneck. We all know the bottleneck concept here. So need of yarn is a it's a present in the bottleneck. It's in the upward. So it is a kind of jingle job tracker used for the things. Let's look at the what are the different components of yarn. This is resource manager, node manager, application master, and container. So in the resource manager helps the scheduler, application manager, node manager, application master, and container. With a different process, the components of yarn can be working out in the big data analytics. We are majorly talking about the big data analytics Hadoop ecosystem. In this system, how the yarn included and what are the future, what are the components and what are other features of yarn we are talking here. So main component is resource manager, how the scheduler task can be scheduled, and the application manager, the node manager, application master, and container. These kinds of components can be given here. Then client and other things, resource manager, then node, container, application manager, and the resource manager connected with the node manager, application master, and container. Node manager, container, and container we can have. So client things will be connected with the resource manager. It will be connected with the node manager, and and other process. So in the red color nodes job submission, what are the job completed, it should be submitted to the resource manager from the client side. The node status will be in the single arrow, will be what are the nodes from the node manager to resource manager. It will be given the status of how many nodes can be and what kind of stage it should be. So it will be submitted to the resource manager. Then resource request, kind of request, what are the resource to be requested, so that things can be have. Then map reduce status, it will be in the dotted arrows we are denoted in the screen. So in the picture we can able to understand what the map reduce status from the application manager to the resource manager, and meanwhile from the application master to container we can have the map reduce status. So these things can be carried out in the yarn kind of things. So we can able to understand what are the yarn, what is yarn, and what is how the yarn present in the ecosystem, what are the role of yarn in the Hadoop ecosystem, and how it helping the big data analytics to analyze the various plenty of data present in the huge volume of data in the data warehouses. So from that we can take the particular data and we can process and we can analyze and we can give the final outcome to the final analytical statistics to the clients. So this is about the Hadoop ecosystem yarn process. Yarn process how working in the big data analytics. Thank you for watching.